So I start uni today and I am scared as heck. I don't know what to expect. I did have one day of uni last week, which was like orientation, and I couldn't find anything and ended up leaving early. So let's see how this is gonna go. But I thought, in celebration of the fact that I start uni probably when you're viewing this video, I mean, it's gonna go out about the same time I have my first class, I thought we could build a dorm, which seems like a fun idea. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm thinking we're gonna do this dorm, and I've cleared it out. Now you see the dorms here, they're like shared dorms, and I think this one is also a shared dorm. Yeah, that black bed, really unsuspecting. It just looks like it kind of molds to the, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna build what I would want my dorm room to be like if I lived in one. Now, in Australia, it's not actually common to live at university, like, at all. In fact, I don't know anyone living... That's a lie. I have a friend who lives at university. But that is because she lives like 3 hours by car to her university. And she only stays there 2 days a week and she comes back home. So it's not very common to live in dorms in Australia. Mostly, I don't know. I know in America you have to live on a dorm in your first year, I believe. I think. I actually could be lying about that. But I feel like I've heard several people say that you have to live on dorm in your dorm, but like that's insane to me because it's expensive to live in a dorm room. Like here, at my university, it's like 500 a week, and yes, that's bills and stuff, but it's not food. So I just feel like that's so expensive. I don't like any of these bookshelves. I don't know, but so yeah, I don't live on dorm. I technically live. So the government kind of has a set amount. Just wait, I could have put control tweets on it. I don't know what I'm on about. The government kind of sets an amount that's like, oh, you live too far, so you can get funding for living on university. And technically, I live too far because it's 90 minutes by public transport. What am I even doing? Oh, okay. That was so sad. Okay, there we go. Technically, I do live above the amount. Like, yeah, it's actually a little longer than 90 minutes, I think, because of my tram ride. Because to get to uni, I have to take both a train and a tram. I hate that. Which, look, it's not ideal. And it takes about 1 hour and 45 minutes. But the uni I was meant to go to was actually even longer. So I'm kind of glad the uni that I really wanted to go to. And, okay, the thing is, when people hear this, they may think that I'm going to, like, a less than uni. Not a less than. That's such a lie. I don't know what I'm talking about. When I say that to people, I feel like they're going to think that I didn't want to go to the uni that I wanted to go to. I did. Do not get me wrong. I very much wanted... Oh, my God. My mouse sensitivity is so high. I really need to change that. I really wanted to go to the uni I'm going to, but I had kind of a last minute change of heart and decided that I didn't want to do, because at my university you can't do a Bachelor of Education, which is what I'm going to end up in secondary education, teaching secondary education. So you can't do that at my university. You have to take a Bachelor of Arts and then do a Bachelor of not a Bachelor of Education, do a Master's of Education. And look, it's 1 more year. I can kind of fast track it though. It's like, I don't know. The uni I go to is technically currently better than the uni that I was meant to go to. And so, yeah. But anyway, long-winded explanation. Basically, the uni I was meant to go to was a lot further away than the uni I go to now. So it's kind of more convenient that I go to the one I go to now. But I'm still a little disappointed I'm not going to that original uni. And the thing is, so uni I go to now is technically better than the uni I wanted to go to. However, I didn't really want to go to it because there's no, like, undergrad degrees for education. I don't know why this is so hard for me to, like, explain to people. But yeah, anyway, and I wanted to go to my original uni, but in Australia, the way or at least in my state, I'm actually not sure if this is the same in every state, but in my state, you have to put your preferences in order, in a ranking order, and you will get you will hopefully get at least one. But basically, if your first choice offers you an offer to your uni, you won't get your second choice until the second round, because there is 3 or 4 rounds of uni offers. And it's hard to explain to people who actually don't go to university in Australia, because it's a weird way of doing things, but I like it. I prefer the way of doing things. But anyway, I got an offer for the uni I'm at now first, so then I decided to take it because I couldn't be bothered waiting, which is kind of a weird way to like decide what uni you're going to. But I ended up actually getting into my other uni, but I ended up in the end just going to the one I'm going to now, which again, I'm not unhappy with at all. Like, I really like where I'm going. It's more convenient. The vibes are good as well. It's actually very much like Britechester. It's kind of like it's like this kind of architecture around, except they do have some newer buildings, and I don't love that because I can never find my way around. Yeah, the uni's really, like, the layout is really confusing. My uni is massive. It spans a lot. I go to uni in the city, and it spans a lot of, like, the city. Not a lot, but it's just, like, it's massive, and I can't find my way around, and I keep getting lost, and it's really sad. So that's moral of the story, that I keep losing where I'm meant to go. Just like I'm losing my train of thought here. So anyway, yeah, I just want to make a dorm room because I feel like it'd be really fun, and you don't really get the opportunity to go to dorms in Australia. As I said, it's not really like a curse or anything, because going to university in Australia is expensive on its own, and then on top of that, student housing, and you can't really get, because I know in America they do student loans. You do get a student loan in Australia. That's kind of the whole point. You get something called a HEX loan, and HEX is just basically, I hate that call. HEX is what you have to pay off, but it's not like a normal loan. You kind of pay it off when you start earning enough money, so there's no date that you have to pay it off by. And the only interest it gains is like inflation in money, which is great. It makes a lot more people have the ability to go to school in Australia. But like the issue is you can't really get more loans for school. So say you wanted to go on exchange and stuff, that has to come out of your HEX loan, and it does have it has a limit, so you can't take out more than that. And it's hard when you're going to do a master's degree after to try and stay in your like limit without, because I want to go on exchange, you know, I want to do all that fun stuff, but I don't want to spend too much money out of my loan, because then I might not be able to do my master's degree. Not like I would never not be able to do it, and you can get scholarships and things. It's not like it's impossible. It's just hard to like have to think about how much money you're spending on your loan. And I know people in every country have to deal with this, obviously. I'm not saying it's not like that, but yeah, it's just, I don't really want an energy drink ad. I'm trying to look for cute posters. Oh, this is cute, kind of. I feel like they need to be sized down a bit. I don't even know what I'm doing with this dorm room. I just thought it'd be fun to make a dorm room because, like, it's very on theme for me. Like, all my friends are starting uni this week. Well, actually, all my friends have already started uni. I think apart from 2, and then 1 starts next week, and I think 1 starts this week with me, actually. But we don't go to the same uni. That's the thing. I'm also going to uni with no one. I think only 2 people from my school ended up going to my uni, from memory. That might be wrong. I'm so sorry if it is. But that is not the photo I wanted. So yeah, like, not a lot of people ended up going to this uni, which is insane, because like I went to a pretty good school, and most people like usually would go to this school. But yeah, anyway, that's my story of university. But I wonder, like, I know in other countries school doesn't start now. I don't really know how it works. I know in America school starts in, I think, September. I didn't even realize that poster was there. School starts in September, which is kind of insane to me, because I don't know, September's a weird time to start school for me. I just think it would be kind of crazy, because I feel like the Australian way of school makes sense, because, like, you know, it's start of year to end of year, and you get 4 terms. Ooh, in a university it's 2 semesters, but you still get kind of the same breaks. And I don't know, it just starts to finishes the year. But then in America, it's like September, and then like you end in July or August, which is just, I don't know, it's crazy to me because that makes no sense to me. But I guess it's just where you live, eh? Like, I don't know if anywhere else in the world they start school at a different time, but if they do, I guess you're used to what you know. So I think like people in America would find our way of doing school really weird. But I just feel like our way makes the most sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making things up, but I just feel like, yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to find a lamp. I feel like I don't really know what gets put in a dorm room as well. Because like I said, I only have one friend living there. And they're usually quite small. And you don't really live with people, usually. So like, I don't know. I know this is meant for 2 people, but I'm making this for me. It's just me. It's just me here. But yeah, I don't really know what you put in a dorm room. Because it's kind of just where you go after class. I guess if you live there full time, you'd want like a good amount of stuff there. But yeah, I don't know. I find in America that they're kind of forced to live in dorms, at least for the first year. Kind of crazy, because imagine you live like 10 minutes from your campus. And also, like, I feel like universities in America, they're not as far from like houses. Like in Australia, universities are usually in the city or in a very specific place. Like there's one in Geelong in my state. That's not going to clarify things, but like they're in just major places and easier areas for everyone to get to, apart from the university I was meant to go to. That just is in the middle of nowhere. But I feel like we need a plant in this corner, and then I think honestly we're done. You got a desk, I mean, can you have TVs in dorms? I know people have like mini fridges and stuff, but I feel like, because isn't there a kitchen like just here? Oh, are there no kitchens in dorms? Okay, I feel like I had this question. Maybe someone can answer this for me in the comments. Are there no kitchens in American dorms? Because that makes absolutely no sense to me. Why would there not be a kitchen? Like why would you have no kitchen? I know there are dining halls in America, which also seems weird to me, because do you have to pay for the food? I don't know. American university confuses me the most, but I can't remember where I was going. But yeah, I feel like in America, universities, they're kind of like in the middle of nowhere. They're just in random places. So I feel like it's very likely that you could live close enough to a university that it's not crazy. But I'm not sure. And then if you're forced to live on campus, even though you live 5 minutes away, I just feel like that makes no sense. I guess they want to make money out of you, but do you have to pay? And that's the thing. What if you can't afford to pay to live on campus? Because I know sure as hell I cannot afford to pay. My friend who lives on campus works full time to pay for living on campus. I'm looking for a mini fridge, and this is the most difficult catalog. I don't know if they're called mini fridges though, and that's my biggest issue. Yeah, okay, I'm looking up a mini fridge. But I know they're so expensive. So if you're forced to live there, do they go on your student loans? Because then student loans in America as well are expensive. I don't know. The American school system confuses me. Very much so. Maybe it confuses everyone else. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? I'm going to put a cute little plant. Not maybe near the door. I don't know. Is that cute? Is that a cute dorm? I feel like that's my dorm. I thought that would take a lot longer to build, but I think that's quite fun. I didn't want to change the flooring or the walls or the light, only because you can't do that in real dorms. At least I don't think so. I think they have to stay the same. So I wanted to keep it the same. But that's my little dorm. I think that's what my dorm would look like if I went to a dorm, or if I lived in America and was forced to live on campus. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and wish me luck for my first day of university. I am so scared. But let me know if you like it. Let me know if you do anything differently. And answer my comments about American universities, please, because I'm so confused. I want to know everything and I am so scared. But anyway, hope you all have a lovely day, and I will see you next time.